I have to ask, since you brought it up, what TV shows are you catching up on during this time?
Oh, you had to ask. And I have to tell the truth. I'm a bit of a fan of docu-shows, actually. I think it's kind of well known, or fans know that, I love Cheer and I love all of those shows, especially NFL shows. However, my guilty pleasure at the moment is 90 Day Fiancé. It's just, I can't stop. I cannot stop. Fascinating characters and scenarios, and it's some of the best television I've ever seen.
Do you do all the spinoffs? Have you gotten into the spinoffs? Pillow Talk?
Oh, yeah. I've done it all. And then, of course, I'll Google them afterwards and find out where they are. And I want to know everything. It's great. I don't know why. I just fascinated by it.
I have to ask you about Cheer. What did you think about Jerry?
Jerry, I've been following on Instagram and social media for a while. I actually started a hashtag Jerry for President. And actually, I believe he's on one of those, video request apps where you can record a video. And the fans have actually got him to record several videos for me, sending his best wishes and all sorts of things. So I'm proud to have that. I think all those characters are amazing. But to see these young adults, really, really working so hard in a really tough environment, and they're just inspiring, and it's fun to sort of be on the ride with them for those sort of trials and tribulations.
Well, and I see you've been watching Normal People. What are your thoughts so far?
See, I'm a lover. I gotta say, I'm a lover. And it's also, I've heard some people sort of make complaints about it's not like a typical teenage thing, but I think it's very typical for Ireland. I think it has such a specific tone to it that just brought me straight back to secondary school, like our high school. And it's, even just those kind of relationships at the school and who was cool and who was not, and the kind of difference between people who have money or who are a little bit outside of the kind of core group of people. I thought it was so true. And yeah, I've watched the entire series and I'm devastated because I've no more of it to watch.
I was going to say, what other shows have you sort of caught up on or discovered in this time?
I've been watching 000, but I can only really do one of those a night because it's really heavy. And then usually the antidote, at least the last week or so, has been Dave, which has been quite funny. I just, you need to sort of have something that's a little bit heavier and dark, and then you need something really silly and fun. I had totally missed Westworld, so we've been catching up on that. There's so much. I don't know. It's too much TV.
When we talked to Jamie, when we talked with Sam, he was telling us how he's watching 90 Day Fiancé, and I was curious if he had persuaded you to start watching that.
No. I have a propensity for some trash TV, but I try and have a boundary. I think that's below my boundary. Although, I'm not one to judge. I do watch some of the Housewives, so I can't really say anything. But no, I have not gotten into 90 Day Fiancé.
Were you a big TV watcher growing up? Like, what were the shows or characters you loved?
Well, for years we actually didn't have TV, which I blame for when there is a TV on, I can just get sucked in. But yeah, when I was about 5, I think, my little brother and I were fighting. He wanted to play and I was watching TV. So he unplugged the TV and walked with the plug in his hand. So the TV came down and smashed. And my dad was like, that's it, no more TV. And we didn't have it for about 5-6 years. So that was my Victorian childhood. But also growing up in Ireland, we would get a lot of reruns of shows, American shows, but like 15 years later or, 10 years later. So the shows I really remember, like I was obsessed with MASH. I loved that show. I loved Cagney and Lacey. But it was a great show. I'm trying to think what else. The A-Team featured heavily at one point, but they were all like, and Cheers. So yeah, those are my shows.
Cagney and Lacey is so good.
I know. I feel like it's a show I need to go back and revisit.